Yeah, so this is GAC with Team Money.
You already know what we about to do, man. Matter of fact, actually, there's been a lot of conspiracy going around, man.
About
I've
what?
been I've been seeing people on TikTok posting these pro-abortion videos, man. Like that's something that's cool. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying to myself, like, what's good with everybody? Like, why are we posting all this stuff? All this agenda, and it's bringing a lot of spice to people who don't tolerate abortion. So, I don't know what you got to think. What you think about that, man?
What?
I mean,
Well,
just
people just express their First Amendment right, is that not?
I mean, you can express yourself, but I mean, at a point, at
Like
just
you can say the same thing about Christianity.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can express
Yeah.
yourself. But I mean, the overall agenda, I'm just trying to say abortion is murder.
Why?
Abortion is murder because you're killing a baby, a fetus that's inside of the womb. And when you're killing a fetus, you're killing a human. People try to argue my body, my choice. But honestly, that's not really your body. It's developing in your body. So there's no choice. So yeah, you can make a choice to kill a baby. I mean, honestly, yeah, you have the choice. But regardless, you're a murderer. And I see people who do abortions, you're a murderer.
That's very heavy, Tyler.
So let's see if we're on the same page. Do you believe that abortion is murder?
No,
Why?
because it's not.
Because it's not. That's not a valid answer.
No, because once they leave by technicality, once they leave the room, then you can't abort it, because that'll be technically legal. That'll be murder. But
So
once they're
what's
inside, because they're technically cancer, because the zygote can't live outside of the womb, dude.
okay? So let me ask you a question. When is
That's
the
why this called premature birth. There's a lot.
okay? All right. Let me ask you a question then. What age of a baby or a fetus is the worst time to abort it? When does it count as murder? At what age?
After birth.
After birth. So if that baby is literally 8 months in development, do you believe you can abort it?
Why not?
Are you serious, bro? Is this real?
Yeah.
8 months in, bro. Is it literally
And
about
a
to
lot
come
of
out of the
people have
womb?
late stage term abortions, dude.
And there's a lot of people also have premature births also.
Okay.
So why is it so as long as it's in the womb?
Tyler, let me ask you a question. Do you really believe that the person that wants to have a baby like 8 months in is what's it called is gonna have a great? But then Tyler, you're here always saying, "Oh, think about the children, think about the children." But Tyler, do you want to succumb to a child? Do you want to succumb to a child that doesn't want to be born? Like the parents don't even love them. You want to inflict psychological child abuse on the child?
There's different ways of handling that though.
Then how do you do
You
it,
don't
Tyler?
have to.
No. Answer that question. How do you have the psycho? How do you do that? You give birth to a child that you don't want. You think, oh, as soon as I hold the child, I'm automatically gonna love the child. This is not a Disney movie, dude. People hate their kids. That's why people put their kids to adoption. Then you're gonna cause more psychological damage to the child that they already have. And then what if they grow up to be effed up in the world?
But you don't. But you know what's
Wait.
funny? There's a lot of what ifs in these questions, so they're
So
not.
then what?
It's a very
So then,
hypothetical
Tyler,
question.
you're going by what if twos. What if the Bible? What if you keep asking me that every single life is an automatic life? If that be the case, there would be no such thing as child mortality. Isn't that correct?
What are you talking about, man?
You keep saying that, oh, every baby is every child is a life. Every child is a life. Everything
Yes.
is a life. No,
Yes.
it's not, dude.
It's not a life. Then what is
Not
it?
necessarily, dude.
So let me ask you a question, right? The woman has the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she does not love the baby, right? She does not want the baby here, and she knows the baby's gonna have a bad life outside of the womb. And she wants to say, and she has this idea that she wants to kill it. Is she in the right for that?
She can't kill it
Why?
because it's not in her body anymore.
So I mean, does
That's literally the legal definition. Now the state can't allow you to kill the child when they're outside the womb.
okay,
Exterior out the womb.
Okay, forget about the state and everything of that sense. Without the laws,
You're
she's
making moral
obligated.
arguments, but you're not even backing it up with like hypothetical. What's it called? This never happens. You can't kill a child outside of the bed.
Okay,
Once
but since
you can't. Once they leave the womb, they're not a fetus anymore. They have the right to life, just like every single other person.
that
Correct?
makes no sense because a living baby, bro, is inside of the womb developing. That baby
Okay.
could, and the fact that you said it could, why not abort it at 8 months, bro? That's literally a baby at that point, man.
Okay, but they're not connected. They're not outside the womb.
What's the difference of it outside and inside?
Because the outside they're still develop inside they're still developing. That's like baking a cake and okay, the cake takes an hour, yet you want to eat it at 50 minutes. So if you get food poisoning from the cake, is that whose fault is that?
Okay, but when you said 8 months, say it's 10 minutes before the cake is finally finished. Is that fine to eat the cake?
9 times out of 10, they're not going to do late stage abortion.
Okay. So why do you say 8 months
Nine
abortion is
times out
fine?
of 10, they don't do late stage abortion. And I can even
Then you haven't answered my question.
like,
When is the worst time to abort a child, a developing fetus?
when is the worst time to? Let me see.
But you saying 8 months, bro? That's out of the question, bro. That's murder. And even a pro-abortion person would say that. At least 90% would say that's murder.
When would it be the worst time? So, is this related? Okay, but again, yeah, like say for example, okay, Tyler, but here's the choice, right?
Yeah.
For example, that's why they always give you the choice, isn't that correct? Because for hypothetically speaking, what if they say, what if your baby develops a lethal abnormal birth risk? That's when they ask you, do you want to have an abortion? Or would you like to end the terminate the pregnancy? Because would you rather have the child suffer and only know suffering in his life? Or what's it called? Or you just like to prevent that?
I mean, like I said, there's
Okay, yeah, Tyler, here you are talking about murder, death, murder, but you're not worrying about what's it called? What if the person gets,
what if? Yep.
what, Tyler, because you're using what ifs also, but you're not using the words what if. You're speaking hypothetical also, Tyler. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
still have some talking.
Okay, sure.
What if, oh man, what if?
What if the baby has a birth defect or a chance of dying? Basically, what you're
Yeah.
trying to say.
What if the baby dies in the womb? That way.
It dies in the womb.
Okay, and then what if it dies outside the womb? They didn't have an abortion, but what's it called? What do you consider that? That's childbirth.
Well, it's still childbirth.
So
but it just didn't make it.
who would you like to say, Tyler, the baby or the child? If you had, let's put you in the doctor's shoes. You have two people. The baby's dying or the mother's dying. Who are you gonna tell?
If I had a choice for either the baby to try to make the baby survive or the mother, honestly, I would want the baby to survive over
Why
the
is
mother
that?
because the baby is the future generation. The
And then
baby
what if the
is
baby dies? Okay.
so
Yeah, the baby
so
is the future generation.
so just like how in our society we put mothers and children first before anything, and you know this for a fact. Mothers
Okay.
and children's are always on the forefront of
Yes,
protect.
because they're enablers of society.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right. So you put the child first. Okay.
I would put the
So
child
what if
first.
it's from a single mother? Who's gonna raise the child?
A lot of mothers out there who want children.
Tyler, have you ever been to an adoption agency?
I personally haven't been to an adoption agency.
Do you know
But
how hard it is to adopt a child?
It probably is tough. But you know how many people are on this earth who are willing to do that though?
Not a lot, Tyler. Not as much as you see. Exactly. This is someone who is ignorant of the adoption process. One, adoption takes 2 to 3 years, at least. One, you're gonna have to first. You have to prove financial status. You're gonna have to you have to be financially stable to adopt. They're not gonna let you let another poor person adopt child. Number one. Number two, you have to have. Then they're going to see the relationship with the child. Tyler, I know people who've gotten adopted twice.
Oh yeah, me too.
Exactly. So adoption, you're making it seem like, oh my goodness, if we don't abort this child, they're just going to easily get picked up like adoption. No, Tyler, there's people who live through the adoption agency all their life until they turn 18. And then you know how much psychological damage that causes them, Tyler?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, exactly.
But no. But let me tell you something.
You keep saying, adoption is like the miracle drug. Like, dude, why don't you adopt a child?
I might maybe in the future. I don't know. But the thing is, just because. Okay, but let me ask you a question. Let me give you a statement. Matter of fact, just because you're born into this world doesn't mean that you're gonna be promised a perfect life. Doesn't mean that you're gonna be promised a good life.
Okay, so then why abort the child if you know you can?
So should we just give up on everybody? Huh? So let me ask you a question. If a woman, all right, you're a doctor, right? And there's a poor woman who could barely take care of herself, right? She really wants to have this child. She really wants to raise this child. Would you convince her to abort it because of her current situation?
No.
Oh, why not?
Why? Because we don't know what the future might hold for that child.
Exactly, and that's the way I'm thinking right now.
Okay, Tyler. By that same standard, okay? I'm gonna put you in the shoes. Have you ever heard of the violinist argument?
The violinist argument? No, I haven't.
Say, for example, you believe that every person should have the right to live, right?
Yeah, everyone should have the right to live. Correct.
Okay, so hypothetically speaking, let's make this even personal. You and Esperanza Spalding, right?
Yeah.
You guys get on a plane crash. Like,
okay.
Right? She loses both of her kidneys and you only have one kidney, right? Sure. Now, she's going to have to stick with you for the rest of your life on the same kidney. Like, are you going to share her one kidney with her or let her die?
Would I share my kidney with her?
Correct.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if it's going to allow
No. I mean, every single day, you're going to have to be there with her every single day, every single waking moment of her existence. Whether you like her, whether you whether you even believe in her, you're going to sacrifice your own kidney for her.
I would.
Why?
I would. I mean, I don't personally know Esperanza Spalding, but if I were to know her and she was a close friend or relative to me, of course I'm going to do everything in what I can do that's possible to have her survive if she is fighting to live.
Okay.
That's called love, brother. And that's the problem with this world, man. We don't have enough love to spread it around. That's why people want to do abortion. I mean, think about it, bro. Abortion's been happening for the longest time.
Yeah, it's been happening since the Bible, dude. I think the Bible teaches you how to have an abortion.
Yeah, and those tribes who have been worshiping, giving up their babies to their gods and all that stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, you gotta, and the reason why you're fighting with abortion is because it's legal. That's the reason why you're fine with it, as long as it's legal.
It's whatever, Tyler.
I'm pretty sure if pedophilia was legal, you'd probably be saying, "Yo, man, it's whatever, bro."
Yo, that's
no, and it's the truth. It's because
technically, pedophilia is legal depending on where you are in the world.
Yes, but if it was normalized in the U.S., you'd probably be like, "Yo, we'd be having an argument right now against pedophilia because it's legal." So listen.
I mean, Jesus, dude, how old do you think Mary was, dude?
How old was she? I don't know.
She was 14. They literally said that in the Bible.
Where does it say that? Give me the verse. Because a lot of people like to say she was 14, but nobody knows her age. Everybody, it's just so many people who just try to go against Christianity and all that. But you know how it is, man. There's haters gonna hate.
She was around 16. It's around 16 to 18, bro.
16 to 18.
Bro,
Okay.
Negro, kids have, bro, people, yo, my grandmother had my mom when she was 14, dude.
So is that cool? Like, so what do you think about
Childbirth?
Yeah, how old was Joseph?
Joseph was like 30, bro.
You think that's cool? Like, let me ask you a question. I pull up to you.
Well, that's your Lord and Savior, so that's
all right.
That's your stepdad of your Lord and Savior, so of our Lord and Savior. I'm saying Lord and Savior.
So let me ask you a question. If I pulled up to your crib, right, with a 13-year-old girl, I say, "Yo, I'd like you to meet my girl." I mean, what's your first response?
I'll be like, okay, Tyler. My son's on some R. Kelly. I see you.
Yo,
bro.
Exactly. R. Kelly's a bad. You think about R. Kelly because he's bad in our society, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Like, yo, like I pull up.
Didn't he make a song that saying age ain't nothing but a number?
Yeah, but the judge ain't say that. Nah. The judge dropping diss tracks. He said, nah, you doing the age of whatever her name was, Anaya or whatever you call her. He said, nah, you doing 15 to life, boy. Nah, he can say that to the judge. Sheesh, man. But nah, bro, shoot.
They said that Mary was 16 and Joseph was 18.
All right.
Nigga, I knew you were chasing after some young booty when you were what's it called?
Nah.
Nigga, you still probably chasing after young booty over here.
Nah, I don't be doing that, bro.
Oh, nigga, bro. It's alright, bro.
That. I like they gotta be at least like 24 to 20,
it's whatever, nigga.
29 or something. They gotta be older. Feel me?
Oh, they gotta be old. That's what you into?
Yo, I mean, shoot.
Tyler, you're not even T-Money, you're not even talking to no one. I know what you're talking about. You're asexual, supposedly, quote unquote.
Yo, you already know, man. Like asexual in a sense of like, these females don't love me right now. But you know how it is, man.
Well, whatever. Guess what? Let me ask you a question, Negro. Exactly. Yo, you remember the first time you had sex and she was about to? Yo, first off, you were on some stuff. First off, you were on some stuff like, yo, yeah, I was over here joking around. I'm like, yo, bro, relax, yo. And I said to your face, I was like, nah, bro, she's not even pregnant, bro. You over here with your moral Christianity, blah blah blah, because you're over here doing your finances, believing that what's it called. And what did your girl told you? She was like, Negro, I was gonna abort the child anyway, Negro. So
she said that or give it to me. But matter of fact, you know what's funny? Cause we actually, and I'm glad you brought that up because we had a conversation. She told me she used to believe in abortion till she thought she was pregnant.
Why not?
She said that would have been terrible. Like literally before she thought she was pregnant.
Well, guess what?
So
she ain't pregnant, and guess what she used? A Plan B. You're welcome, Negro. Yo, Plan B just saved you a whole bunch of money.
Nah, it has nothing. Nah, bro. Like I said,
Plan B is one of the greatest things that ever invented. You want to know why? I just saved you a whole bunch of money because you don't got to pay no child support, no what's it called, no alimony, no nothing like that.
Listen, bro, the choices that you make, you face your consequences. You feel? See, the problem is people in this world, all they try to do is they try to take the easy way out. You know what I mean? People are always trying to go around and beat around the edges, trying to be instantly rich. They want to be instantly famous. They want to have all the money, all the girls in the world instantly, but they don't want to work for it. That's the problem. So
yeah, but Tyler, guess what? You did the same thing, Negro. You don't got no child, yo. By your own standard, you should be taking the consequences of your actions.
And I was ready to take it.
No, you weren't, Tyler.
I did, bro. I was on Indeed and I was looking for what do you call it? jobs for UPS because I said, yo, I'm about to be a full-time person.
Oh, this nigga was.
I was dead ready. I was dead ready. And I knew what I did was wrong, but you know what I'm saying? That's called the Christ walk. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you make stupid mistakes. Sometimes you fall into
Yeah, this nigga over here yelling at his best friend, talking about, oh, I was ready to be dead.
Yo, I dead was, bro. And
No, you weren't, Tyler.
Okay. And I mean, you almost, let's talk about you, bro. You almost got
Yeah,
two
bro.
girls pregnant, bro.
Yeah, but guess what? And I was ready to be a dad too. Guess what? First off, they both took the Plan B, bro. One of them had an IUD. You know what that is?
What?
That's when they stick something up their vagina, right? And it basically makes it inhospitable. It makes the uterus like you can't produce anything in the uterus, so you can come up in all the time.
Nah.
And it works for 5 years, bro.
Nah, that's OD.
And it's wavy, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, you could try to prevent a baby, but you can't prevent an SGD. You feel me? You sleeping with all these women, man.
Tyler.
You know what I mean? But like I said, everyone could. Like I said, there's consequences with the decisions that you make. Everybody has a choice to do whatever they want. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, but you're over here moralizing, telling people that they have no choice.
No, you do. You do have a choice.
Okay, whatever, dude. It's whatever.
But shoot, man, you already know, man. Yo, like, subscribe, man. Do whatever you got to do, man. I don't know what you got to say to end this off, Gak, but
do your thing, bro. That's all I gotta say.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. See you later.